All right, guys, the Charter of the United Nations. This is chapter 6. I don't have my mic right now. I probably need to buy one, but the one I'm using right now, it needs a battery. Right, it needs charge. It needs power. I need to charge it, but I don't want to use it and be talking and halfway realize like, oh, it died halfway through and I wasted my time. So just to get ahead, this is the Charter of the United Nations, chapter 6, Pacific Settlement of Disputes. Pacific Settlement of Disputes, Article 33. The parties to any dispute, this is number 1. So Article 33 has two parts to it. So Article 33 of Chapter 6, Pacific Settlement of Disputes, Article 33. Number 1, the parties to any dispute, the continuance of which is likely to endanger the maintenance of international peace and security, shall first of all seek a solution by negotiation, inquiry, mediation, conciliation, arbitration, judicial settlement, resort to regional agencies or arrangements or other peaceful means of their own choice. Number 2, the Security Council shall, when it deems necessary, call upon the parties to settle their dispute by such means. The Security Council. So, I was going to put that dispute, so disputes of, Article 34. The Security Council may investigate any dispute or any situation which might lead to international friction or give rise to a dispute in order to determine whether the continuance of the dispute or situation is likely to endanger the maintenance of international peace and security. Article 35. Number 1, any member of the United Nations may bring any dispute or any situation of the nature referred to in Article 34 to the attention of the Security Council or of the General Assembly. Number 2, a state which is not a member of the United Nations may bring to the attention of the Security Council or of the General Assembly any dispute to which it is a party if it accepts in advance, for the purposes of the dispute, the obligations of Pacific settlement provided in the present charter. Let me read that again. Number 2 of Article 35. A state which is not a member of the United Nations may bring to the attention of the Security Council or of the General Assembly any dispute to which it is a party if it accepts in advance, for the purposes of the dispute, the obligations of Pacific settlement provided in the present charter. Number 3 of Article 35. The proceedings of the General Assembly in respect of matters brought to its attention under this article will be subject to the provisions of Articles 11 and 12, which are, they're pretty long. But General Assembly may consider the general principles of cooperation and the maintenance of international peace. So cooperation, the principles governing the disarmament and the regulation of armaments for the peace, for the maintenance of national peace and security. General Assembly, Security Council situation. So this is how they go about handling their business. International peace and security. General Assembly, Security Council. Article 36, number 1. The Security Council may at any stage of a dispute of this nature referred to in Article 33 or of a situation of like nature recommend appropriate procedures or methods of adjustment. I wonder what those are. Number 2 of 36, the Security Council should take into consideration any procedures for the settlement of the dispute which have already been adopted by the parties. Number 3, in making recommendations under this article, the Security Council should also take into consideration that legal disputes should be, as a general rule, be referred by the parties to the International Court of Justice in accordance with the provisions of the statute of the court. Article 37, number 1, should the parties to a dispute of the nature referred to in Article 33 fail to settle it by the means indicated in that article, they shall refer it to the Security Council. Number 2 of 37, if the Security Council deems that the continuance of the dispute is in fact likely to endanger the maintenance of international peace and security, it shall decide whether to take action under Article 36 or to recommend such terms of settlement as it may consider appropriate. Article 38, without prejudice to the provisions of Articles 33 through 37, the Security Council may, if all the parties to any dispute so requests, make recommendations to the parties with a view to a pacific settlement of the dispute. Pacific settlement. What is a pacific settlement? That's chapter 6, Pacific Settlement of Disputes. Come on, internet sucks. What is a Pacific settlement? A Pacific settlement refers to the resolution of a dispute or conflict through peaceful means, typically through diplomatic methods like negotiation, mediation, arbitration, or judicial settlement, rather than resorting to violence or military action. It is a key principle in international law, primarily outlined in Chapter 6 of the UN Charter as Pacific Settlement of Disputes. Resolve their disagreements peacefully. Negotiation. So Pacific settlements. I'm going to write it down. You guys know, all right? Peace.